please note this is online meeting and is being recorded. So if you do not wish to be recorded, then please use stop video function unless you are one of the speakers. If you are playing a role in today's meeting, I would request you to be extra attentive so there is no time wasted when your turn comes. We all believe in freedom of speech and expression. I request everyone to avoid highlighting on anyone's gender or religion. I shall now read the Toastmaster Club mission statement, and I would request you all to maintain silence and not to repeat after me. We provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and future growth. A very warm welcome to everyone once again. I would like to invite our President Toastmaster Varghese to proceed with the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Varghese.
Wow. Thank you, Satinaton Toastmaster Hardik, for such a wonderful introduction. Just wait, my video is not coming. Start my video. Okay. Such a wonderful introduction. Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I think we don't have any guests until now. Whether it is a professional life or personal life or in the Toastmaster, achievement of every milestone should be celebrated. In other words, the celebration of milestone is the recognition of our effort. Today, Dreamweaver Toastmasters also has something to celebrate. We are proudly announcing that we are no more a baby club. We are completing our 25th meeting. What a great achievement. It's need to be clubbed. It's one of the biggest achievement we have done until now. Thank you. There was a lot of effort behind that. There were a lot of senior members who supported, who taken the club in the different level. Thank you for all the effort you have done, the senior members, to achieve this milestone. Also, to celebrate this occasion, we are having an evaluation workshop conducted by an evaluation champion and TEDx speaker, DTM Nisha Shivram. She's all the way from Qatar. Thank you, DTM Nisha. Your presence really, we are very proud to say that it's our honor that you are here today. Along that, there are many other very special Toastmasters supposed to join. They will join all of now. To introduce them and to take the feedback and to take the meeting further, I hand over the podium to today's Master of Ceremony. He is our backbone. He is the one who started the club. He is the one who pushing the people. He is the one to taking everything, every responsibility. He is none other than DTM Alan Paul. Fellow Toastmasters, please give him a big round of applause. Please welcome Toastmaster DTM Alan Paul. DTM Alan, now stage is yours.
Thank you, President Varghese, for that warm introduction. I don't think I have heard such an introduction from you, but I'm really happy to hear this from you. So, Dreamweavers, it's our 25th meeting. So can I hear a hip hip hooray? Everyone please unmute yourself. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! Hip hip.
Great. We'll work on the coordination later on, but that was a good attempt. We made noise, and that's what I love about you guys. We chartered the club back in December, but that was when it was officially chartered. But we started the meetings from September onwards, and that is how we have completed the 25th meeting. I mean, that is how we came to the 25th meeting. This was chartered by me and Rajesh from Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club, as we were about to hit around 50 members. So me, Rajesh, and Sebastian, who was the first president of the club, was the one who had helped to charter the club, and that is how we are where we are today. And the best thing is we always provide opportunities for leadership. And as you can see, we always love to experiment. We always love to try out new things. Now we are no longer a new club. We have come to a state where we are also going out to other clubs and we are getting to experience a lot of things. Before I proceed further, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our program quality director, distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Laktawala, with us. Pleasure to have you here in our meeting. Uh,
Thank you, DTM Allen. Honored to be here amongst you all.
yes, our district director couldn't make it, so he is not here to give an address, but we would like to hear a few words from you, distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Laktawala.
Thank you, President and the ExCom of the Dreamweavers Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, DTM Allen. Good evening, members of Dreamweavers and my old friend Nisha. Nice to see you here today at Dreamweavers. Congratulations, Dreamweavers, 25 and still counting, going on very strong. You all are quite vibrant as a club. You all have good members in your club, I think. And with this evaluation workshop, which you all are having today, because I saw the agenda, you all have breakout rooms and your participants are going to evaluate as a test speaker. So I think you all have done the right way. I think this is going to really help your members understand the evaluation nitty-gritty. Oh, I forgot to acknowledge Area 30 Director, Toastmaster Amrit. Hi, good evening, Amrit. So yes, and I see few faces here whom I have written congratulations emails. Dreamweavers, I can see Fakhruddin here. Then I have seen Toastmaster Vargas as the president of the club, Alina as a VP Education. So good going, guys. Wishing you more luck, more awards for this year. 4 DCP points and still counting strong. So hope you guys reach to that perfect 10 by the end of the year. Y'all are the new baby, but y'all are quite strong and a healthy baby, I would say, walking. And we at the district really look up to y'all. Wishing y'all many, many, many successful meetings. And before I just go a few words about Nisha, I think I met Nisha in 2014 in Oman when we were competing at the DTAC finals of evaluation. From there, Nisha, her chart, her graph has never stopped going up. And we are very happy to see you in District 20 and shine as a star in District 20 also, Nisha. Best wishes to you. Best wishes, Dreamweavers, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Program Quality Director, distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Laktawala, for taking the time and making it over here. Our club growth director is stuck in traffic. Oh, and he just made it for a speech, I guess. Let's give him some time, but before we call him, DTM Khalid, are you there? Can you hear us? Okay, before I call, I think our club growth director is just getting warmed up. So before I call him, let's first hear from our area director who is here all the way from India. He came, he completed his quarantine, and he's back out there on the streets. What are you doing on the streets, man? Get inside, back again, it's dangerous outside. A good friend of mine, Toastmaster Amrit Pukadan. We'd love to hear a few words from you.
Thanks for that great introduction to DTM Allen. I still remember the day we were chartering this club, this baby club, 1 year back. So DTM Allen and DTM Rajesh was working behind that. They were working really hard. So, and then they managed to bring in these members and they formed this club. And ever since that day they formed, I mean, Dreamweavers was standing out. Now, be the club meetings, the variety in themes, everything, there was a spark. Now we have completed 25 meetings and 1 whole year. And it really shows with the agenda we have today, like we are celebrating a milestone meeting and look what we have in plate. Like we have the best person to deliver an evaluation workshop. So that shows the commitment to provide quality for the members. So keep on the spirit, continue to excel. All the very best, Dreamweavers. Over to you, MC.
Thank you for those wonderful words, Area Director Amrit. You are looking sharp today. I just realized that I didn't get my suit on, even though we know that we are all wearing trousers underneath. So it's good to look professional. Yes. DTM Khalid, are you there? We would love to hear from
I'm
you.
always there.
Ah,
I'm
there
always
you
there.
are. Ladies and gentlemen, our club growth director is here all the way from Bahrain. Let's give a huge round of applause and welcome our club growth director, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, Brother Alan Paul. Recognize, of course, Area 30 Director, Toastmaster Amrit, and our PQD, ever glamorous PQD, TMLF like Dawala. I think I did not miss anyone. The president of the club, good evening to one and all. Apologize for joining a little bit late because, as you might see, that I'm already in another meeting as well. So this is what Toastmaster teaches us. And that's the beauty of being virtual. I was in another meeting and they were talking about very interesting thing. And it was very much there for any club growth director. One of the presenter was talking about an experience that he went through with a bad or very harsh evaluation. And his journey on how he just wanted to quit Toastmaster and how he came back with some mentors. So this is what I'm here for, I think. That's just a reminder of us as leaders. We really need to have a vision, not just vision for ourselves and for the club for the coming 5 years, but a vision to see what happens in between silence. Exactly. We need to see, we need to watch out for other members. Are we really treating them the way they are supposed to? Do we give them what they are coming for? Have we had any harsh evaluation? Let's just look at these minor, small things where we might lose very dear friends and Toastmasters for us. Well, what can I say about Dreamweavers? Yes, started with 20 members, now 16, 4 DCPs, 4 members added. What a club growth director wants to see more from this club? 4 more to go, yes. 4 more to go from being distinguished, but we know how hard it is during such difficult time. But looking at the bright side of anything, we as leader, we should strive to look and spread such beautiful journey of Toastmasters to others. And I'm sure, looking at the leaders from this club, it's a piece of cake, right, Master of Ceremonies? Can see him nodding his head. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Please keep on believing in yourself and keep on that vision, not just the long-term vision, but the vision to see what happens in between us. And let's enjoy our Toastmaster journey. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid, for those wonderful words. Yes, we may only be 16 right now, but what's important to note is that we have very enthusiastic members who are slowly growing. And with these kind of workshops, especially from champions, we are grooming ourselves and we are getting to have quality meetings so that in the future, we are prepared. So whichever guest comes in, when they see our members grow and thrive, they know that this is going to be the right club for them to join. So thank you for those wonderful words, District Trio, Distinguished Toastmaster PQD, and the CGD who is here with us. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of a lot of guests who are present here. Distinguished Toastmaster Arij, Toastmaster Sini from Mango Communicators, Suraya, Janet from Desert Pioneers, and a lot other, Biolina also, I think. She is from Senmoi, I guess. I think she's the VP Education over there. So glad to have everyone here. Saurabh, a good friend of mine from Bright Horizons, is also here. So what's important to note here is, even though we are 19 and counting, we have three members from three countries present here, from a lot of clubs, and it is all to welcome and celebrate our 25th meeting. Now, before we proceed with the meeting, I would like to call upon a very important role player, that is the timer. She is also serving as the VP Education of the club. The thing about her is she does not care much about the DCP. She's like, you know what, 6 out of 6, we will get it in no time. But what I want to do is, what I want to groom our members to make sure that they are good at speeches and evaluations. And that is how we have back-to-back workshops or some special segment or the other for every meeting. And you will see that there are many more with such workshops that will be coming forward for our benefit. And the best thing is, she's my sister, and she will only get to hear such good things about her in Toastmasters. I would never tell this to her otherwise. You know how siblings are, right? so, so let's welcome our timer, Toastmaster Alina Paul, to explain the timing rules.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Alan Paul, for that wonderful. Okay, can you mute? Yeah, for that wonderful introduction. Yeah, that is why I love Toastmasters, for the praises that you give me. So let me start. I will be the timer for today, and every Toastmaster meeting is structured around one premise, that is people speaking. Now, there are prepared speeches and there are impromptu. And since the typical meeting is bound by a predetermined timeline, it is important for us to be mindful of the time that is allocated for each speaker. This is not only to stick to the schedule, but also for the speakers to qualify for the best speaker polls. But often in our passion for conveying that message, we want to say we lose track of time. And that is where my role as the timer comes into focus. As the timer, I will not only be keeping track of the time spent by each speaker, but will also be indicating to the speakers when they are running out of time. Now, for today's meeting, for the evaluation, the allocated time is 2 to 3 minutes. So I will raise the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. An additional grace period of 30 seconds is allotted before and after the minimum and maximum times. So I request everyone to pay close attention to these instructions so that we can have a well-structured meeting respecting the element of time. And back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alina, for explaining the timing rules. With that, let's begin the main segment, why we're all here. As you can see, she looks like she came right out of that poster, looking sharp and professional. She is a Toastmaster since 2007. She is a 7-time division champion in both international and evaluation speech contests, a district champion in evaluation in the years 2017 and 2019, the third place international speech winner at DTAC 2016, district champion in the international at 2019 and 2020, and a regional champion for the world champion of public speaking. She came second position in 2019. Wow. She's the founder of an educational events company called Speak and Shine, host of a weekly online talk series, Talksopedia, and a mother of 2 who enjoys reading and photography. Wow, that there is a long list of her achievements, and we are so glad that she is here with us. I hope she had a wonderful flight all the way from Qatar. I hope the Kuwait environment is warm and welcoming. With a huge round of applause, let's please unmute ourselves and welcome our rock star for today, distinguished Toastmaster, Nisha Shivram.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction and this warm welcome. Thank you so much. District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia, my friend. District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid. Area 30 Director, Toastmaster Amrit. Your Club President, Toastmaster Varghese, and the Master of Ceremonies, Distinguished Toastmaster Alan. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And before I start the session, let me congratulate you all on completing 25 meetings. And that's indeed a great achievement. Well done. Now, this is all about evaluation. But before I start, I want to understand from you all, what do you understand by evaluation? What is evaluation? Anybody? Anybody?
Appraisal.
Yes,
Appraisal.
Toastmaster. Appraisal, okay. Toastmaster Fakhruddin, you said appraisal?
Yeah, no, appraisal I didn't say. Evaluation is to judge based on the parameters. Judging based on parameters.
Okay. Evaluation is not judging. Evaluation is a tool or a process to just analyze the performance and give a proper feedback to the person. And in Toastmasters International, when we evaluate so that we can analyze the performance of the speaker or the role player in a meeting and provide them constructive feedback so that they improve the next time. Okay, now let me start this session and let me share the screen with you all. Just a minute. Am I stuck?
No, you're fine, but we can't see the screen yet.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me just.
Sure. Please let me know if you need anything, Nisha.
No, that's done. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Can you all see the screen now?
Yes, we can. It's starting. Yes, now we can see.
All right. Now, I always say that you need to evaluate to elevate. Elevate the performance of the speaker and your performance or your skill as an evaluator. Now, I want to understand, or I want to ask you all, why do we evaluate? Or what is the responsibility of an evaluator? What is the major responsibility of an evaluator?
To provide constructive feedbacks.
Okay. Anything else? Other than giving feedback to the speaker?
To motivate the speaker.
Sorry. Yeah, Fakhruddin, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sure, please.
The responsibility of an evaluator is the overall improvement of the speaker. It's not just providing feedback on the speech, but an overall improvement of the speaker. So what do we exactly do in evaluation, whether it is your club projects or in a contest? What do we do in evaluation? We analyze the speech and we analyze the speaker. Now here, you may find some contradiction because Toastmasters International's modules say that we do not analyze the speaker. We need to evaluate the speech, but not the speaker. But I would tell you that you have to analyze the speaker as well. Otherwise, how would the speaker know whether his posture was correct or not, whether his voice was in the right pitch or not, whether he was confident or nervous? Only an evaluator can tell him. So when you do evaluate a speech, your responsibility is to analyze the speech and the speaker as well. How to do it? I'll tell you in the next slides. Now let's come to speech analysis. Okay. How do you analyze a speech when you sit for evaluation? How do you analyze a speech?
We listen carefully.
Yes, that is very important. You need to listen to the speech carefully. That is one part. But when you are analyzing the speech, how do you analyze it?
The structure.
We analyze based on objectives. Objectives of the speech, based on that we analyze.
Right. So when a speaker is giving a speech in a club, there is a project and there are certain objectives to that project. But what would happen when we do not know the objectives of the speech? And it mainly comes in the contest. So whether it is a contest or whether it is a club project, you need to analyze the speech first on delivery, how the speaker has presented the speech. So when it comes to delivery, you will be looking at the body language. And when I'm saying body language, it is about the gestures, how the speaker is using his hand to convey the message, how is he using the space to move, how are his facial expressions, or whether he has maintained eye contact with the audience or not. That is all about body language. In delivery, you will be focusing on voice modulation as well. And in voice modulation, you have to take care of three important things: the pitch of his voice, the pace, that is the rate of speech, and the pauses. As DTM Khalid just said, listen to the silences as well. And it is very important that the speaker takes pauses in between his stories. So this is all about voice modulation. When it comes to delivery, we have to look into body language and voice modulation. And then comes language. Now, there are speakers who try to prove their linguistic skills to the audience. Okay, that they use complex words, they use complex sentences and paragraphs, and that is okay. As an evaluator, if you have understood what the speaker is trying to convey through these words, it's okay. But at any point of time, you think that you have not understood what the speaker has said, it is your responsibility to tell the speaker that the speaker could have used simple words, short sentences, or short paragraphs. So when it comes to language, look into the grammar and pronunciation. Very important. Next, was the language simple and easy to understand? Were there vivid words? Now, what are vivid words? What do you understand by vivid words? Those words that would help the audience to see, hear, smell, or feel what the speaker wants to convey. Okay, so those are the vivid words. So you need to see whether the speaker has used such kind of vivid words in his speech. And were there rhetorical devices, which means whether the speaker has used a lot of similes, metaphors, or triads in his speech to convey his message. So this is all about delivery and language. There is one very important thing that we need to take care of, and as Toastmaster Alina mentions, the structure. It comes under the content part. So as an evaluator, when you sit down to write down your notes or take down points, the first thing that you will be noticing is the content part. And what are the things that we are going to focus when it comes to content? The structure of the speech. And what are you going to look at in the structure of the speech? Whether The introduction of the speech was captivating. And let me tell you, as an evaluator, you would not be looking at the audience to find out whether the introduction was captivating enough or not. As an evaluator, how did you feel about the introduction? Was the introduction captivating enough to grab your attention? If yes, you take down the point that the introduction was attention grabbing. Then you come to the body of the speech. Now, in the body of the speech, you need to see how many examples or stories the speaker has used. Were they all personal stories or personal examples? Was there humor in that story? Was there were there any emotions in the story? Was there drama in that story? So if you observe all these things, you have to take down in your evaluation notes all those points that the speaker has used in the body of the speech. And then look at the conclusion. Was the conclusion powerful enough? Did he reiterate the message in the conclusion? And when you are analyzing the content of the speech, one very important thing that you need to focus on is the message. At times, what happens? The speaker's speech title says something, and the message is completely different from the title, or the message is completely different from the story that he has conveyed. So it becomes confusing. So as an evaluator, you must tell this to the speaker that yes, your story was very good. The title was very attention grabbing. I liked everything, but somewhere down the line, I missed the message. The message was not clear. Okay, so you need to see whether the message was clear to you or not. Right, so these are the questions that you will be answering when you are evaluating the content of the speech. Now, analysis of the speaker. When I go for evaluation contest, or in the clubs also when I evaluate speeches, how do I analyze the speaker? I start analyzing the speaker the moment the speaker's name is announced and he gets up from the seat and walks up to the lectern or to the stage. Because the way he walks, it shows whether he's excited to give his speech or not, whether he's confident enough or not. What does his body language convey to you? What kind of a message? So you have to be very careful when you are analyzing the speaker. It's just not that, you know, the name is announced, he's there, and you are just looking at them. No, you have to literally focus on each and every moment, because the body language speaks volume, right? Okay, and the way a speaker stands on the stage, his posture, everything conveys the message that if the speaker is confident or if he is nervous. So what are you going to analyze, or how are you going to analyze? You need to answer these questions. Was the speaker confident or nervous? Did he refer to notes, or was he well prepared? Was he excited, or did he lack that energy and enthusiasm to give his speech? Was he dressed as per the occasion? Very important. Now, as an evaluator, you may observe that his particular speech needed a different kind of an attire. For example, let's say that somebody is giving a speech on running a marathon. So you can suggest to him that, okay, since your speech was all about running and races, you could have, come in a sports attire. Why not? So look at it. Was he dressed as per the occasion or not?
Nisha, I have a doubt here. If it's a contest, wouldn't analyzing the speaker, would it carry points? Because we need to analyze the speech, right? I know you said that.
Would carry. Definitely it would carry. It would come under areas of improvement or recommendations. Definitely it would carry marks. Don't worry about that, okay? I will come to those points, okay? And then did he have a correct posture? The way he stood. Because when we talk about body language, there are 5 elements that we look into. It's posture, eye contact, facial expressions, body movements, and gestures. So you have to tell this to the speaker. And why am I saying this? Because once the speech is over, once your evaluation is over, not a single evaluator, in my experience, would come after the evaluation or after the meeting to tell you that, Toastmaster Alan, you could have done this, or, these are the points that I noted. No. So when you are getting an opportunity to tell this to the speaker, make use of that opportunity and you convey everything to the speaker at that particular moment, especially in the contest. Once the contest is over, nobody is going to the target speaker to tell that, there are some extra points that I had noted down. Please have a look. No, nobody does that. Yeah. So you have to take down each and every point and tell this to the speaker at the very same moment. Now the question is, okay, I have noted down everything, but how should I deliver the evaluation? Your tone should be very sympathetic and soft. Even if you're angry at the speaker, okay? Even if the target speaker is your enemy, your tone should be very, very soft and you should be sympathetic towards the speaker, because the speaker has taken an effort to come up to that level and give a speech in front of so many people, in front of at least 8 to 10 evaluators. So it takes courage. So you need to be very, very sympathetic towards him. No negative words. When I say no negative words or phrases, you should not be saying that your introduction was not good, or the body language was not appropriate or as per the content. No, you should be using positive words and phrases. So you should be saying that, the introduction was good. It could have been better if you had done this, or if you had added some jokes or humor. So you need to frame your sentences in a very positive way. Make sure that you do not use any sort of negative words. Now, evaluation is your personal opinion, okay, about the speech and the speaker. So you should be using words like I feel, I felt, or I observed. I think that you should be doing like this, okay, as per my observation. So this is your personal opinion. So all the words and phrases that you would be using should come from, should be like this, from your personal view. Or you should not be saying that, as per my friend who was sitting there, he was telling me that, the speaker could have done that. No, it's your personal opinion, your personal views on the speech and the speaker. So these are the words that you would be using. Now, recommendations. Many people have come to me, and I remember in 2019 when I evaluated, okay, the Toastmaster was from Kuwait. And when I evaluated his speech and I gave him a list of recommendations, people came to me and said, so many recommendations, Nisha. But there were so many areas of improvement. What could have I done, right? And I only had that opportunity to tell him, because after that he would, take his flight and go back to Kuwait. When will I get time to tell him that, these are the things you need to do? So don't worry about the number of recommendations. People would tell you that, stick to 3 recommendations, 4 recommendations, sandwich method. No, if you think that there are areas of improvement that the speaker must work on, you should tell them. And you should not be telling them, you have to show it to them. That means you need to demonstrate it to the speaker. And that is what we call recommendations. So I can tell you that, okay, Toastmaster Alina, the story did not have emotions, but that will not work. I need to tell her where should she bring emotions in that story. When I say that, the introduction could have been better, that will not work. You need to come up with a better introduction to tell it to the speaker. Or when you say that, there was lack of humor, you could have added humor, but where? Tell the speaker where he could have added humor or in what way. The gestures were not appropriate, then tell them, show it to them. How could he have appropriate gestures? So when it comes to recommendations, even if you have 10 recommendations, you need to have 10 demonstrations to tell it to the speaker. And that is how it works. That is when we can, go for the overall improvement of the speaker. Now, how to take down notes? When you start writing down notes, you have a paper, okay? You create this kind of table. I'm just giving you an example. So you start with title of the speech, name of the speaker, type of the speech. Now, even in club project or in your contest, you will get the understanding of the type of the speech the moment the speaker starts the speech. You will get to know whether it is a persuasive speech or an inspirational speech or an entertaining speech. And once the speech is over, the type of the speech is clear to you. So you have to mention what type of the speech the speaker has delivered. And then create this table. So you have particulars, positive, areas of improvement. Okay, so content, let us analyze the speech, content. So in the content, when it comes to the structure, the thing that you liked, let's say strong introduction, you have to mention what you liked in the intro. Okay, body of the speech, let's say the positive points were there was personal story, it was humorous, there was drama. So whenever you pick out these points, you have to literally mention where did you find humor in the speech, or where did you find drama in the speech. Okay, and let's say the area of improvement is the story was not organized. Again, you have to demonstrate it and show it how he could have organized the speech. So this is how you will take down the notes. And I've just given examples of content and body of the speech. The same will be applied to delivery and language and to the speaker. So speaker's positive points, recommendations. Okay. How to structure the evaluation speech. Remember, and I would repeat this again, evaluation speech is a 3.5 minutes speech. It's a 3.5 minutes speech. That means, like any other speeches, it needs to have an introduction, body, and conclusion. You should not be starting just by saying something and then you will collect points from here and there and then you will conclude it. No, it needs to have a proper structure. That means it needs to have an introduction, body, and conclusion. Introduction. My dear friends, my most favorite part, because I have seen evaluators coming, prepared, and they come with their own quotation or something which has absolutely no relevance to the speech or to their evaluation. So let's say the speaker has given a speech on smoking and its ill effects. The evaluator will come and give a quotation on communication. Absolutely no relevance. Don't do that. When I say you need to have an attention grabbing introduction, make sure that your introduction relates to either the target speech or your evaluation. So what you can do is you can pick some points from the speech itself and create an attention grabbing introduction. Then only it will have, that effectiveness. Otherwise, you start with Karl Marx quote or something Mahatma Gandhi had said, which has no relevance to the target speech. Okay. Then you move on to the body of the speech. And how will you organize the body of the speech? First, you start with all the positive points of the speech and the speaker. What did you like in the speech? What did you like in the speaker? And you need to literally mention it. So when you say that, oh, the speaker has used such simple languages and beautiful phrases, mention those words and phrases that you liked in the speech. And then slowly you move on to the areas of improvement and recommendations. Now, the evaluators, most of the evaluators forget to do this, because they are so into giving all the positive points and recommendations that they absolutely forget that they have to summarize. Very, very important. The conclusion of an evaluation speech is nothing but the summary of what you have said. So you have to practice it a lot, that you finish the introduction and body of the speech within 2.5 minutes. And when the red light is on, that is at the 3rd minute, you should be summarizing your speech by reiterating all the points that you mentioned in your evaluation. And that is a skill, and that would come only by practicing. right? So, and it is very important to the target speaker that when you are evaluated, you should not you should not feel judged. We should be mature enough to take the feedback in a positive way and work on it. So this is from my side on evaluation. I hope you have understood how to take down the notes and how to structure it properly. And if you have any questions before we start the proper evaluation session, you can ask your questions.
I can ask a question if no one is there, right? Now, what if sometimes it has, I had this experience when I was giving a recommendation to a speaker and the whole audience laughed. So does it carry negative points? I mean, does it look like I'm insulting the speaker?
No, see, as long as you're doing it in a very soft, subtle way, it is okay. Okay, but if your tone is harsh or if it sounds like, sarcastic, then of course they will mark you down in the technique. There is something called technique in evaluation speech contest, wherein they can, if the judges, again, it's judge's personal opinion, right? Personal view. So if the judge feels that, oh, Toastmaster Alan has been sarcastic, he can mark you down.
No, I meant a serious point, but I was surprised when the audience laughed. So I was just saying, yeah.
Don't worry about the audience. Don't worry about the audience. See, again, it's not only about evaluation contest. For any contest, who is your audience? When it comes to contest, who is your audience?
The judges.
Judges, right? So don't worry about the other people. If they are enjoying your evaluation laughing, let them do that. But what matters is how the judges are going to take it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I have received a question here. What if the speaker was so good that we could not find anything for improvement? So what shall we do in this case? If you are not able to find any sort of improvement, don't recommend anything. Don't take a risk. Never ever do that, okay? But Toastmaster Sadiq, Amin, keep that in mind. No speaker is perfect. No speech is perfect. If not in the speaker, you will definitely find something in the speech, and that is my experience. Okay, you may find at least 1 point. There will be. But as your question is that if you can't find any improvement, don't say it. Nobody is going to come and arrest you if you're not giving any recommendations or if you're not finding any areas of improvement. So don't worry.
DTM Nisha, I have a question. This is my question is already every evaluations presentation, what I have seen, they are saying the positive things first and the negative things second. The positive, because evaluation basically to improve the speaker's skills.
Right.
The positive things already the speakers and already achieved that. Why do we need to tell the speaker this is your positive things? Already there, he know that this is positive things. We need to give only the negative things because that is the only thing maybe that they can take it in next presentation. Am I right?
No, I'll tell you why. Because you are evaluating the speech on that particular day. I can be a champion speaker in 2019, but what have I done on that particular day is what you're looking at. So on that particular day, if you think that the speaker has done something good and better than what he had previously done, you need to mention that. Tomorrow, if the champion speaker Dhananjaya comes, and if in our mind Dhananjaya is the world champion, so he already knows what he is good at. But on that particular day, what has he done? That is what we are looking at. So on that day, if you think that he has done something good, you need to tell him. It is very, very important. We cannot just start by pinpointing all the negative areas, and it is not negative. We call it the areas of improvement. So the areas of improvement and recommendation. So whatever you have liked on that particular day, you need to mention that. And you should not be saying, again, you should not be saying that, oh, since you are a world champion, I have heard you so many times, you have done a good job. No. What has he done on that day? That is what matters. And you will be evaluating on the basis of his speech on that particular day.
Thank you.
Yeah. What about if the person do not have a good listening skills? Okay, if the evaluator does not have good listening, is this about the evaluator, Toastmaster Nana, right?
Yes, yes.
Toastmaster Nana, if you do not have good listening skills, you are doing injustice to the speaker.
Okay.
Right? So your responsibility is the overall improvement of a speaker. So how will you evaluate his speech, or how will you analyze him as a speaker if you do not listen to him properly? So you need to work on the listening skills, or whoever it is, they have to work on the listening skills. Otherwise, it will be complete injustice to the speaker.
Can you suggest how to improve on our listening skills? Like, because some of us are still struggling, I know. So if you could help us with that.
Yeah, that is why, number one, you have a listener's role in your club. Number one, right? You need to take up that role. Second thing is, when you know that you are the evaluator, okay, let's take the example of club projects. Now, in club projects, when you are assigned the role of an evaluator, the first thing you need to do is talk to the speaker first. Okay, there might be speaker who are good at speech content, but they are not very confident about their presentation or body language or voice modulation. So speak to the speaker and understand if there are any areas that he wants you to focus on. Then it would become easier, because when you would listen to him, you would listen with a mindset that, okay, these are the areas that he wants you to focus on. Number one. Second thing is, keep away all the distractions from your mind. Understand that you have been assigned a huge responsibility. See, unless and until you understand the importance of your responsibility as an evaluator, you will tend to, get distracted, and you will focus on a lot of other things happening in the club, or here and there. So first you understand your responsibility as an evaluator. And I'll give you an example. When I started my career Toastmasters journey in 2007, and when I gave my icebreaker speech, I don't know if this evaluator heard me properly or not. This evaluator came to me and said that, okay, that icebreaker was absolutely rubbish. And if you are going to do like this, Toastmaster Nisha, you're not going to be a good speaker. Probably he did not listen to the speech properly. Okay, so that is why you need to understand your responsibility first, that it's a huge responsibility. An evaluator can make or break a Toastmasters career.
DTM
Right.
Nisha, we have another question from the chat. Difference between summarizing and conclusion.
Okay.
This
When
is
we
from the
say,
Toastmaster Fakhruddin.
Yeah, Toastmaster Fakhruddin, conclusion is how we end something, right? It's easy. The word is very clear. So when I say conclusion of the speech is how you end the speech. In other speeches, there are different types of conclusion. When it comes to international speech, we conclude it with a quote, or we conclude it powerfully with something, with a question or something. But in evaluation speech, your conclusion is nothing but the summary. Okay, so when you reiterate and repeat all the good points and the areas of improvement together, and you need to end it in a very motivating way, so that the speaker would feel that, I should try one more time. Okay, so along with those points, you have to have some motivating or inspiring sentence to give energy to the speaker. So in an evaluation speech, the summary, the conclusion is nothing but the summary. Remember that. There is no other conclusion. It is the summary is your conclusion.
I have a question. Now for this evaluation, are there any kind of rating systems available, like from 5 to I can rate the intro from 1 to 5, so that based on that rating you have a total, based on the aggregation you will give the final conclusion? Or do we develop such kind of thing? Can we do it on our own, or to make the evaluation much easier?
Yes, that is what you can do it on your own. There is no rating. We normally, because how should I say that? The ratings are for evaluators in a contest or normally in a project. The ratings are for evaluator, not for the target speaker. We cannot rate the target speaker because the reason why the target speaker is there to improve him or herself. Okay, so he's not there for a contest. So if he's there for a contest, we can rate, okay, your performance is 5 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. But there the target speaker stands before an evaluator because he wants to improve himself, and there we cannot give any sort of rating. And I would suggest not to do it, because when you present your evaluation and if you say that, okay, in content I'm giving you 8 out of 10, that's not a good thing to do. You can't do that. What you have to do is analyze the speech, understand what the speaker has done well, and what are the areas that he can improve upon. That's it.
That's great. DTM Nisha, as we are running short of time, we can take the questions towards the end after our mock. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay. So keep all your questions for the end. She'll be DTM Nisha will be taking that again.
Okay, now we will start our evaluation session by inviting our target speaker. Before that, DTM Alan, could you please tell me how many participants do we have? How many evaluators?
We have 8.
8. So we have 8 evaluators here, and our target speaker is also present amongst us. So if everyone is ready, please help me welcome our target speaker, Toastmaster Suraya Noor, with her speech titled Paying to See. Paying to See, Toastmaster Suraya Noor. The screen is yours.
There are many tidbits of information in life that we consider to be facts, some more obvious than others, like that the earth is round, there's only one moon, that apples are not oranges, and that Starbucks coffee tastes burnt. Okay, maybe that's not a fact. But in my life, it is a fact that I am quite blind. But not really. And when you're quite blind, but not really, life tends to throw many unique experiences at you. And I thought, that makes a good story. Greetings, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. I am Suraya, a 20-year-old, very, very blind, but not quite Toastmaster. For reference as to just how bad my eyesight is, in order to see this pen clearly, it needs to be this close. Basically, all my life, people have gone like this, taken my glasses and gone, "How do you see in these?" with that exact voice. But that's not the only experience I've had. Let's go back to the very beginning, when I was just a 7-year-old wee lass, and I had gotten my first prescription and also my first pair of glasses. My parents were incredibly concerned for their very blind daughter and were trying to cure my bad eyesight with every child's favorite food group, veggies, specifically carrots, because my favorite cartoon growing up was Bugs Bunny. And my dad felt like he had a eureka moment one day when he was like, I could use this to my advantage. So whenever I was watching Bugs Bunny or whenever I was not, he would walk in with a carrot in his hand and go, "What's up, Doc?" and eat said raw carrot. It was like he was trying to condition me into somehow liking carrots. I mean, who would eat raw carrots? I would. Baby carrots are a great snack, okay? But much to the dismay of my dad, my eyesight only got worse as time went on. So I had to go every year for an eye exam. And I hate eye exams. Because here's the thing, one of the worst parts of an eye exam are eye drops. Just imagine little Soraya sitting there minding her own business because it's a sunny day out, the sun is shining, my life is great. And then the nurse walks in with her fire eye drops and looms over my small frame and goes, "Open your eyes." I knew in that moment that she was a mad scientist and I was her human guinea pig. But I had to admit defeat. She poured those eye drops in and I started sobbing because they burnt my eyes. Not really, but it felt like it, okay? And that went on for 20 minutes. And after all that torture was done, I had to go and actually check my eyesight. Now, here's the thing. I strive for academic excellence. I don't just try to get the highest possible grade. I go for the highest impossible grade as well. So when I was sitting there in that chair, as the doctor got that chart up ready, I was basically cheating. I would try and cheat my way into guessing the letters and trying to prove that my eyesight wasn't actually that bad. Here's the thing. I don't know if anyone has actually told you, but cheating tends to backfire. And for me, it backfired in two ways. Number one, I was taking too long to say out the letter. And number two, the numbers 8 and 0 look very similar. So when that was done, and my doctor was writing up my prescription, and if my prescription had gone up measurably that year, I would see him write it and go, and in that moment, I knew. I could see it from the sides of my eyes. My dad looking up from the phone that he was glued to seconds ago, and I could see it in his eyes that he was going to lecture me about how I didn't eat enough carrots. Even if I was made fun of for my bad eyesight, even if I was tortured by that nurse, maybe not really, even if I tried to cheat my way into getting good eyesight, these glasses have made me appreciate my sight, although very blurry. The thing is, I wish I didn't need my glasses because I have to pay for them, and if I didn't, I would be as helpless as Bambi. Despite that, I've come to appreciate having sight. Because even if my vision is blurry, at least I can see, and at least I have that sight to see. Because here's the thing, right? To see is to be gifted with the vision of seeing beautiful sights and colors. And if you can take away anything from this speech, is that be grateful for your sight. Because without it, you wouldn't be able to see this beautiful planet that we live on. And I also think I've scared you enough into actually taking care of your eyeballs. Over to you, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraya. Now we will move on to our evaluation. For that, I would request our first speaker, the first evaluator, to be here, and our host can move the other evaluators to the breakout rooms. Or we will first give 5 minutes to prepare the notes.
So,
Or will they?
Alina and Amrit, or Alina will be going to the breakout room with them. So the breakout room is open now. Everyone can join for the contestants. I can see Keon and Fakhruddin haven't joined yet. You can click on the join. Alina, you can be there with them and please guide them about it. Right. Keon, are you there? Sorry. Keon still hasn't joined. Yes, Nisha, what were you saying?
You know who all the who are the evaluators, so
Yes, you can see the breakout room, right?
no, I can't.
Okay. Okay, I'll help you out here. I know who the evaluators are. I'll slowly bring them one by one.
So the first speaker, you are the first speaker, right? You are the first evaluator.
Yeah, I'm the first evaluator.
Yeah, so you should be here in this room and others should move into the breakout room.
Yes, I'm going to do an impromptu evaluation right now. Keon, are you still there? Can you please move to the breakout room?
And Toastmaster Alan, someone should be there with them to see that, they are not writing
Alina
notes or, yeah.
Alina is there.
Alina is there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all gone?
Keon is not, let me just call him up.
Yeah. Toastmaster Arij, are you eating carrots?
Okay, as we are waiting for 5 minutes, I'll complete my evaluation in this time. Is that okay, Nisha?
No, it should, no.
No, okay. So,
and that is why I said, since everybody is moved into the breakout room, nobody should be writing, nobody should be preparing their notes. That's why I asked you, if we have got 5 minutes, it should be here. They can prepare their notes here and then move to the breakout room.
Alina is right now seeing them, monitoring them in the breakout room while they prepare for the evaluation. So what I was thinking was, yes, what is that?
But I hope that they won't be writing down or doing anything. They have to be there, just sitting quietly.
Yeah.
And they can prepare the evaluation in their minds.
Yes. After 5 minutes, I'll be indicating Alina so that she'll be.
Okay, so shall we start if everybody is moved to the breakout room?
Just a minute. Just tell Keon to join the breakout room. Oh, sorry, I'm not muted. Okay. All right, yeah. So she's monitoring all of them. Yeah. And looks like Keon is not at the desk, so it's fine.
Okay. So let's begin our evaluation session, and let me invite our first evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Alan Paul. The screen is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And a special good evening to my, oh my God, I can't see. There she is, to my target speaker, who gave a wonderful speech about her eyesight. I loved, first of all, Toastmaster Suraya, I loved how you were prepared for your speech, a well-lit room, and how professional you looked. In these days of Zoom meetings, it is very hard to see people delivering speeches with such quality. And for me, personally, I really loved how you had set up your room and you spoke professionally and you delivered a well speech with those things. And the second thing I really enjoyed is your humor and especially your vocal variety, how you used, especially when you were talking about how do you see in this? You know, I don't usually see you changing your vocal variety. So this is the first time that has happened. So I'm really glad that you're experimenting with your vocal variety. So kudos to you on that. And the third thing, what I really loved is your body language, especially when you are imitating different people and when you came closer to imitate some people. So this is a well thing. So it looks like you have looked into the projects of how to improve on vocal variety as well as how to improve your body language. So kudos to you on that. Now, a few points of improvement which you shouldn't cheat. I know you are used to cheating, but let's not do that over here because this is for us to improve further. All right. Uh, Sometimes rhetorical questions may not work in an online environment because at certain points it felt like you were speaking to yourself rather than to the audience. And for me, as I know that you have been in drama school, you are used to acting. But here in Toastmasters, we try to have a speech, we try to communicate, we try to have that interaction with the audience. So, along the lines, I know you're improving on your vocal variety, but try to also check the tone of your speech. Because if I were to have a graph of your audio, it would go like, it goes like that. That is the graph. And it is a very monotonous graph that I see. And what I want you to do is break this graph because that is when you get the attention of the audience. Ask a question to the audience, or if you don't want to ask, mention someone in the audience so that they know that you are all that we are all looking at you and listening to you. So these are the few points of improvements that I would like to say. And the other thing is sometimes you can even elevate your body language. Say, for example, when you were imitating the nurse, you could have come really close to the camera like this and look like this, like as if you're actually looking, So that brings in a lot more variety. So I loved your humor, I loved your body language, and I loved the whole attire of your speech. Just to work on is to improve the tone of your speech and a little more improvement on the body language. With that, I'm sure that you may not be able to. With that, I'm sure you will deliver a well lit speech next time. That back to you, Nisha. Wow, that was impressive.
Thank you, DTM Allen. I would give my suggestions or recommendations at the end. Let me move on to the next evaluator. And if you
Nisha,
can
I
just
was
give.
thinking, do you want to do it as and when, per evaluator? Is that
That would
possible?
be fine. That would be fine. So the points that I would like to give to you, Toastmaster Allen, is you did it well, and it was very very positive, very constructive, and you did it in a very soft tone. Okay, very sympathetic towards the speaker. And when you mentioned the positive points, you literally mentioned where she has used the vocal variety. So you mentioned the part. But when it came to the recommendations, and even in the positive points, you were talking all about the vocal variety. There were a lot of other things that Soraya did well. Okay. And when it came to the recommendations, the one thing that I like that when you say that you need to elevate the thing, you demonstrated how to do it. So that is a good part. The part when you said that Suraya, you could have asked the audience, so you need to come up with the questions, the kind of questions that she could use to get the engagement or engage the audience. That is one point. Summary is very, very important, guys. You should not be concluding saying that, oh, it was very good and you were very positive. If you use this, you will be blah blah blah. No, you have to be very concise but yet very strong summary that yes, Toastmaster Suraya, you had a fantabulous vocal variety. Along with your vocal variety, if you can work on asking questions to the audience to engage them and elevating your body language, I'm sure next time the people will pay to see you perform.
Great. Thank you,
Right, so this is how
Nisha.
you need to. Yeah.
So let me bring
Okay.
the first evaluator.
Yeah.
All right, so our first evaluator will be Verghese, followed by Matthew. So he will be joining this room soon.
Okay. So please help me welcome our second evaluator.
Wait, he didn't come yet.
Is
He's
there?
just figuring out how to, people are trying to figure out breakout rooms. So just give me.
Okay.
Yeah, he is in the room.
All right. So please help me welcome our next evaluator, your club president, Toastmaster Verghese. The screen is yours, sir.
Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters. My target speaker, Toastmaster Shreya, good evening. Pain to see. Really, you brought an emotional story. This emotion made me not to concentrate on the evaluation. I was checking the emotion part actually. That's a beautiful because you really took the attention of the audience. I was so happy that I heard such emotional story for something that for about eyesight. And really the what I felt the intensity of your pain which you faced because of the eye this problem, the eyesight issue. Really, I felt, and I think all the audience felt that the intensity of the pain. I have something that say that you are a challenger. You know why? Because you, amidst of all this the pain, you aspire for a high grade and you achieve the high grade. That is something everyone to you know, it's a motivational story too. That I want. But in every speech, something to improve. And so what I feel today, your energy level was down. You know why? It's psychologically, even you give a painful story, especially it's affected your life, automatically the energy level goes down. It's a very natural for every human. So when you are giving the evaluation speech like this, I suggest something that more energy level and the interaction with the audience, not in the form of joke, in form of some questions, that would be more better to interact with the audience. This is one thing I noticed. And also I felt one more thing, the transition of the content from one point to another point. I don't feel that much comfortable you are to transition because it could be better way to the transition. And also, I felt that you abruptly concluded your speech. All the best, Toastmaster Suraya, and your the facial expression, eye contacts, and the movement, everything absolutely all right. I couldn't find any kind of mistake. All the best for your next speech. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Verghese. And let me just give my feedback on your evaluation. When you started the evaluation, you said that it was an emotional story or it was an emotional journey. Now you need to give the reason. Why did you feel like that? Why did you feel that it had a lot of emotions? And then you mentioned that you grabbed my attention. How did she grab your attention? You need to clearly mention that how did Toastmaster Suraya grab your attention? Now you pointed out two very important points, that the energy was in between, the energy was low and she needs to improve on the energy, but how and where? So you tried to give examples on how to increase the energy level, but you need to be elaborate on that, how she can do that. You said the transitions were not clear. Yes, I also felt that, but again, how can she make the transitions clear? That is what she is looking at. Toastmaster Suraya would definitely want to know that how can I make the transitions clear? So we need to demonstrate that. And again, summarize the evaluation properly. So rather than saying that best of luck for your future, you need to literally, put all the points together and conclude the evaluation. Yeah. Okay. Now
Next
let
evaluator.
us move to our third evaluator. Is he in the room now?
Yes, Fakhruddin is in the room.
Okay. So let me invite our third evaluator, Toastmaster Fakhruddin. The screen is yours.
Yeah. You can't be great without being grateful. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, my target speaker, Suraya, gave a wonderful speech. I highly appreciated. She started her speech by explaining her disability about a weak eyesight from her very early stage. She gave very nice examples of her struggles in her early stages while having her trips towards the doctor or facing the challenges at home. She gave examples about the different kind of food, veggies, especially baby carrots being fed to her. We all have protective parents and they are way too concerned about us, especially when we have certain kind of physical disability. They want us to improve a lot. They want us to actually get rid of that challenge. Another very important point you added into your speech, Suraya, is about cheating always backfires. That is a wonderful example you gave as to how you tried to show that your eyesight is perfect, but indeed you lost your judgment in defining 0 to 8 or 8 to 0. Now, let me give you some areas of improvement. Surya, I would suggest you could have a better voice modulation and expression, especially like when you had a trip towards a doctor's clinic, you might have given an expression of crying or pain to relate the audience with your exact state, At the same time, in the end, when you spoke about that although you had a weak eyesight, but you overcame those challenges and came out triumphant and showed that even with the weak eyesight, I have achieved all the tasks and challenges in my life. So you could have expressed it with a joy and a bit of enthusiasm for the audience to relate with you and take a strong message back home. So I would like here to conclude your speech that it had a very nice beginning with different examples of your challenges, like in your school, in your hospital, then your very nice example about how cheating backfires, and in the end you concluded that despite all these things I achieved all my desires ambition in life. So overall I would conclude it as a power packed speech and wish you good luck and thank you for such a great learning experience to us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fakhruddin, and I'm impressed because you tried to structure your evaluation speech and you did a very good job. Now let me just mention the things that you did well. Okay, when you said that Toastmaster Suraya gave examples, you literally mentioned those examples in the speech. And you mentioned about the phrase that got your attention, cheating always backfires, and you mentioned those points. When you suggested her the areas of improvement, you demonstrated how she could have brought a better vocal variety or how her facial expression should have been at the end. In the summary also, you tried to summarize by bringing out all the points, but you could have included the areas of improvement as well. Though you brought in all the positive points saying that you had great examples and the phrases you used, also if you can work on the vocal variety and the facial expressions and bring some energy towards the conclusion, the speech could have been effective or powerful. Okay, other than that, you did a good job. One point that I notice is the introduction. Now you think about it, the way you started your evaluation, you started with a quote that you can't be great without, what was that?
You can't be great without being grateful.
Without being grateful. Okay, then you connect that introduction with your evaluation somewhere in between or at the end. Then it will be effective. Otherwise, people would not understand why he has used this introduction. So you need to bring in that connection. Okay, well done. Good job.
Thank you. In between, actually, in all honesty, I had some shivering. Like, I mean, I was trying to convey certain other things, but then I just, over a period of time, I'll have a hang of it. I mean, it's
you will get it. You have understood the structure. You have understood the, how to organize the thoughts in your evaluation speech. So with practice, you will be able to do it.
Thank you. It's pleasure is all mine to have a mentor like you, Nisha. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is here.
Yes, Matthew is here. Yes.
All right. Okay. So please help me welcome our next evaluator, Toastmaster Matthew, on the screen. The screen is yours. Yeah.
I could feel her pain, fellow Toastmaster and my target speaker. Your speech took me back to my childhood days. I could totally relate to your speech. You came up to the speech. You came up to the podium. You were looking confident. You gave me a few facts and figures, but that left me thinking, what are you going to speak? Moving on, you introduced the topic. I could see the change of expression on your face. Well, that got me your attention. You told about the glasses and the problem. You used objects very simple like the glasses and the pen. With the limited space, you utilized it completely. Your gestures were wonderful. This speech was totally personalized. I could relate to myself. You brought in all the family members possible. You even bought Bugs Bunny to it. You used things like how your dad used to force you to eat carrots. All were wonderful. With the flow of the speech, it showed that you had completely prepared it. Moving on, I was wondering where the speech was going. You gave me a message. It said, be grateful. You could have added a few facts. When you introduced with the facts, you could have added, do you know how many children in this world, the number you could have used there, are using glasses? You could have used that. That would have been an added information for me. There was humor. There was absolute humor. You gave very good phrases. You had introduced a lot of phrases. Maybe one more place where you could improve was you could have brought in a bit more humor. When the nurse tried to use you as guinea pigs, you could have had a bit of voice modulation there. And when she looked at you, those places you could have actually added a bit more humor and a little of voice modulation, could have brought more laughter on our faces. Overall, the speech was wonderful. The speech was great. Good use of language, very simple. I could totally connect. Very personalized speech. A bit of facts and figures would have improved or would have, given us more information. Moving on, I want to see you on the stage next time without the pain of this. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Matthew, for that attempt. And you tried to structure your evaluation speech. The one thing that I liked so much that you started the speech by removing your glasses. So you literally, you that there was a metaphor, or there was a, you used that prop to convey your message. And the only thing is, if you could have removed it and paused for a while, then the audience would have got a clear idea what you're trying to say. Okay, but well done from my side. Now, you mentioned a lot of points in the positive points of the speech and the speaker. And you also mentioned that how you could relate to the speech. And that is also very, very important. If as an evaluator, you can relate to the speech of the speaker, please mention it. And that would add a lot of value. Now, you mentioned that, you could see the change of expressions. So when you say that, you could have mentioned the places where you actually observe those change of expressions. Okay. Though you mentioned how well she used props and you literally showed it to us. You mentioned that how well prepared she was. The message was very clear to you. That's good. And I liked the recommendations that you give, the including of facts, and you literally said, what kind of facts are you looking for? Yeah. Now, when you said that a bit more of humor could have been added, you need to mention where and how, because she had humor. The way she spoke, the way she modulated the voice, the incidents, examples, it was humorous. So when you say a bit more, you need to mention and demonstrate it exactly where. Okay, and again, summarize it properly, please. Summary is very, very important. It carries a lot of value. So please summarize it properly. Though you tried, but you could have even structured it properly. It should be very concise and crystal clear, so that people who have not heard the positive points and recommendations in the beginning, they will pay attention to the summary.
So should it go in the same order as recommendations?
Not necessarily the same order, but you need to make sure that you include everything, the positive points and the areas of improvement, and ending it with a power packed sentence or a message. As you did it very well when you said that, I want to see you without glasses. That was very, very good. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next evaluator, Said, is in the room.
All right. Yes. Okay. So please help me welcome our next evaluator, Toastmaster Said, onto the screen. Screen is yours.
Yeah. So I will be evaluating Toastmaster Surya Noor today. So Miss Surya Noor, it's always a great pleasure to evaluate such a good speaker. And to tell you, it was really challenging for me to evaluate you. I couldn't find, you were such a very good, I didn't find a nerve bone in you. You were so talented. The words were fantastic. Oh my God. The very good thing about was the vocabulary. You means the title of yours, Pay to See. It linked with your body. And it went well, very good. Like you started with from the childhood, then going to the days when you were a kid watching the Bugs Bunny. You narrated then how you went to the doctor, and then ended it with the very good message. Like, yeah, eyesight is really, really important. And it touched me because I too wear spectacles, eyeglasses. So it really touched my heart. So as every speech has its pros and cons, these were the pros. I recommend you keep up this. And coming back to where I find there could be a bit of improvement is starting from the speech, when even before you started the speech, I felt like you could have been more pleasant, smiling. I wanted to see the charm of yours. I understand the topic is a bit what you call messy, but as a evaluator, as an audience, I want to see a cheerful person in front of me, and then you could take me in that mood of that pain, the drama. That could have been a more better thing. So then when you started the story, okay, I saw I want you to have a more look at the audience, at me. I saw most of the time you're speaking to the right side or to the left side. I wanted you to look me, because I want you, I mean, I am the one who is like listening to you. I want you to pay a little more attention. And then the things, okay, as a speaker, okay, eye contact is done. I want a little bit of more of the eye contact. And to end with, so Miss Surya, I could already see a leader in you. You know what is the difference between a leader and a master? A leader is a person who always improvises herself. You're improvising yourself. I know you're working very hard. But what is the difference between a master? A master is a person who makes a new way. I want you to make that new way and reach the new goal. Best of luck for your next speech, Miss Surya. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Syed, and I really commend the way you presented the evaluation, and thank you, congratulations on the attempt, first of all. Okay, now you did it well, and there are a few things that I would like you to work on. Whenever we give positive points, okay, you said that, the title connected with the speech. So you need to literally, mention it, how does it connect to the speech? What did you mean by that? When you said that, great vocabulary, so you need to mention the words and phrases that you liked. Okay. And yeah, so these are the things. Whenever we mention the positive points, we have to mention those things that you as an evaluator liked in the speech. Now, I really liked when you said, the facial expressions could have been improved, and you explained that to her. How? By bringing a pleasant smile on her face when she started. Okay, that was well done. And a good thing you mentioned about eye contact, that she was not looking at you. You felt that she is not looking at you. So how can she maintain that eye contact? Because it's an online meeting. Okay, so what you could have said, that in order to maintain the eye contact, you could have directly looked into the camera so that I would get a feeling that you're looking at me. Okay, so whenever we give these areas of improvement, just demonstrate and tell them what they need to do. And in the summary, again, I'm repeating, the summary part is very, very important. Just feed it in your mind. In the summary, don't just say that you will be a great leader or a great speaker. She will be definitely one day, but that is not what we are looking at this point of time. We need to include the positive points that you have already mentioned and the areas of improvement, structure it, and then summarize and finish the evaluation speech. Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I will keep in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Said. Our next evaluator is there.
Yes, next evaluator, Hardik, is here with us. Hardik?
Let me welcome. Yeah, now. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Hardik onto the screen. Toastmaster Hardik, the screen is yours.
Personal stories connect well. A very good evening to contestants, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Surya. The moment the speech was started, the facial expressions, as initially she removed the specs and again she wore it. So the facial expressions were very nice, connected well with the audience. As I told that it is a personal story, so it helps to connect well with the audience. Voice modulation, as she tried to represent two different voice, so it was acted nicely and presented in a very nice manner. Tried to use the whole screen space very nicely. So it was very well executed, the whole speech. What I felt, the points of improvements, what I felt was the little bit energy was low in overall the speech, and she gave different type of examples. But if she added little bit humor, the speech must be very well executed. So all in all, I would like to say the speech was very well said and choreographed, and was presented in a very outstanding manner. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hardik. And just relax. You did a good job. Okay. The only thing is you need to structure the evaluation speech. Okay. You need to have the introduction and all the points that you mentioned. It should be organized in a proper way in the body of the speech and the summary. Now, you said that personal stories connect well. Okay. that is good. That is good enough to mention your, to elaborate the point, but you need to connect that introduction with the evaluation. So when you say that personal stories connect well, and I'm glad that Toastmaster Suraya used a personal story to connect with us, and I could relate to what she said. See, there you have to bring the connection. Otherwise, your introduction would be something and the body of the speech would be something. So whatever you say in the introduction, try to connect it with the evaluation. Now, all the points that you mentioned, how she connected well with the audience, you literally gave the example. Voice modulation also, you mentioned that she tried to bring in two different voices. Well done. Now in the recommendations, when you said the energy was low, now you have to tell her how can she increase the energy. Does she have to eat a banana before she starts the speech? Yeah, you need to give her the suggestions or something that, and in which areas she needs to bring the level up the energy. And the examples, humor could have been added. Where should have, she would have added humor. You need to mention those areas. Otherwise, the areas of improvement or the recommendations would not be effective. And again, summarize. So all in all, it was a good speech. I like the speech. No, summary should be positive points and the areas of improvement clubbed together. Okay, so please work on that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Our next evaluator, Job Daniel, is in the room.
So please help me welcome Toastmaster Job Daniel.
Hello.
Toastmaster Job, yeah, the screen is yours. Yeah.
Yes. Good evening, DTM Nisha, Shivram. This is Job Daniel. So I'll start with the evaluation. Something I really appreciate about Suraya is the confidence in the delivery of her speech. It takes immense practice to achieve it, and I really appreciate it. This is the third speech which I'm hearing from her. The content was very interesting and truly inspiring. About the introduction, I feel the introduction was very soft. It could have been more welcoming. Suraya could have created an attention-grabbing introduction, like using a quote like "the eyes are the mirror of the soul," something like that. And I also observed the self-introduction was very discreet. I did not even come to know when she said her name. Like she should have had some more information attached with her name. Now going on to the body part, the main content of the body had a lot of information mixed together. I got lost when Surya was explaining the story, and this left me confused. So I would suggest if the body section would be put in phases, or so that there's a gap in between. Like the flow was a continuous flow. So if it would have been in separate phases, it would have made much easier for the listeners. In terms of the conclusion part, the conclusion was very abrupt. She could have added some additional information, something to close. A good closing line had to be used over there. Overall, I felt Suraya did well with her eye contact, and her body language was very positive. I think Suraya, she has a superpower around her to handle speeches smoothly. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Job. I was so impressed by the evaluation in the beginning, but towards the end, I was like, oh, why did you do that? Okay, because you started off well. Let me tell you, okay, you started off well when you said, I really liked the confidence. And what I liked in the evaluation is most of the times you were using phrases like this, I observed, I really liked, I felt. So it's your personal view, okay? And you maintained that. And you mentioned about her confidence level. You mentioned about the content. You said it was interesting. The introduction could have been attention grabbing, and you demonstrated how it could have been attention grabbing. She could have added a quote, and I like that quote very well. That quote would very well connect with her story. Okay, well done on that. And then when you said that I got lost because there were a lot of information and she could have put those information in phases, right? So when you said that, you should have told her, you know, what kind of phases are you trying to say? Is it phase 1 when she was a child, phase 2 when she started going to school? So you should mention that, you know. And then when you said the body language was positive, why did you feel that it was positive? You have to mention that. And again, these are the things that I observed, and you just have to improve. When you say something, you just have to work on the things that you need to mention in one or two sentences, okay, even when it is a recommendation or a positive thing. And the summary is very, very important because it adds value. So when you summarize, don't say that, oh, I know that she is great, or she is great, she is a very good speaker, I know that. But when you summarize, particularly for this particular speech, you have to include the positive points and the areas of improvement and then close it. So summary is one area that wherein all the evaluators have to work on. Not only in your club, in every club, it's a problem. People don't summarize, and it is very, very important that we summarize. Okay, so well done. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah, our next evaluator.
Yes, before our last evaluator, DTM Nisha, would you like a break? You have been on a
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. Our last evaluator is Toastmaster Alina Paul, and she is in the room.
Yeah. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Alina. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. I'll just pin the timer. Apples are not oranges. Starbucks coffee tastes burnt. And I am quite blind. Toastmaster Suraya, you took us on a very nostalgic journey. I'm sure 70% of the audience here have gone through these same scenarios as you did in order to have the beautiful element of clear vision. As a speaker, what I loved about your speech is that you connected with the audience instantly. You looked at the camera. Life tends to throw you many unique experiences. We knew at that point that this is going to be a mind-blowing speech. You moved on to these experiences, starting off with your parents' love for veggies, to the eye test that you try to cheat. Toastmaster Suraya, you are a storyteller to whom words come easy. And I love listening to these stories. The way this speech was structured was so organic, and it has this very, very smooth flow to it with a great message. Now, being the amazing speaker that you are, I'm sure that you're waiting to hear some points of recommendation. Toastmaster Suraya, you are a very strong, confident, and always come prepared. You've also got a funny side to you, which I love. What I've observed is that you tend to drift off in some places. So instead, if you had a stronger and a firmer tone, for example, for every parent's favorite food group, veggies, this could have been said in a stronger form so that people are more connected to you. Another thing is a suggestion. You use this technique of looking at the camera. Make it natural. For example, this was a sentence that you said. I mean, who would eat raw carrots? I would. You see the difference? Now, these are things that you already know, but then with fine tuning, I'm sure it's going to reach one step ahead. With that being said, Toastmaster Suraya, you are a splendid speaker, and I loved your speech today. And back to you, DTM Nisha.
Well done, Toastmaster Alina. Okay, that was a very structured evaluation. And let me just point out the good things. It was all good. Okay, let me first tell you, it was all good.
Thank you.
So you mentioned all the examples that you liked, and you mentioned that she's a great storyteller. And why did you feel that she's a great storyteller? Everything. When you gave the positive points, you literally mentioned why you like that, or why you are saying that. So well done on that. Now when you say that there was a great message, so you have to mention the message, because people need to understand that, okay, as an evaluator you have clearly got the message of the speech. Okay, so when you say that it was a great message, you should tell us what the message is. You analyze the speaker so well when you said you are confident and you have the skill of you're funny, so you analyze the speaker as well. You mentioned all the positive points of the speaker. Well done on that. And when you recommended, oh, I like that, when you said that, how to use the camera and how to come in front of the camera, take a pause and say that, well done. The only thing is summary.
Yeah.
Please don't forget. So when you will add all these points, the positive points that you said, along with the areas of improvement, it will be perfect.
Yes.
Okay, and I can see a great evaluator in you. Well done, Toastmaster Alina. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, DTM Nisha.
Yeah. All right. It was a great session. Yeah. And I enjoyed the speech, Toastmaster Suraya. First of all, congratulations on that beautiful speech. As everybody said that, there was a very beautiful message, because when you started the speech, the message was not clear what you're going to say. But towards the end, when you conveyed that message, it was very beautiful and powerful indeed. And as all your evaluators have mentioned here, you need to have energy. Because at some parts of your speeches, especially towards the end, the energy seemed to be very low. So you need to bring that excitement and energy. And when you're conveying that message, it's a good thing that you're saying. So you need to bring a smile on your face, that at least I can see. All right. So these are the areas that you need to work on. And yes, when you have stories and examples in your speech, organize it properly so that your audience will understand the transitions when you are moving from one example to the other. So when you mentioned about your childhood and the nurse and your father, forcing you to eat vegetables, all of a sudden you jumped on to the doctor's example. No, you need to take a pause. You need to make the audience understand that now the childhood phase is over and I'm moving on to the next phase, wherein I'm going to see this doctor to read the chart. So you have to be very specific, and the transitions should be smooth and clear. And I can see I can see a humorous speaker in you. You have that skill to make people laugh with your voice quality, with the way you speak, the drama, everything. So please work on these areas of improvement that your evaluators have given to you. And distinguished Toastmaster Alan, I feel so honored to be here, because I could witness a great speaker and such amazing evaluators here. They are learning, but let me tell you that they have learned it well. Whatever I tried to teach them, I was not trying to teach them. I was trying to tell them that this is how they need to do it, and they have understood the point. So I'm glad that they did their job well, and I look forward to seeing them on the bigger stage one day. Well done, guys. Well done. Brilliant job by all of you. Thank you so much.
To everyone.
And thank you so much for inviting me. My pleasure.
Thank you, DTM Nisha. I'll be launching the poll also for the best evaluator. So I hope everyone can vote. All right.
Yeah, Toastmaster Alan, before that, there was one question. Okay. Yeah, we can just take
Yes. I thought to take it after the poll is launched, Yes. What was that one question? There was one question. Whoa.
Yeah.
But how
it was from Sadiq.
How to evaluate here, Toastmaster Alan? Because all members are in the room, So only the presence members should be, or because, for example,
Everyone is out of the room.
Sorry,
the rooms are closed, so it's okay.
Okay.
Everyone is here. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. The question was from Sadiq Amiri, the VP Education from Arab Open University.
Yeah.
He said from 2 minutes, 30 minutes, how long you suggest to specify for saying the summarization?
Okay. See, first of all, evaluation speech is for 3.5 minutes. Okay. Today, because we had so many evaluators, we did for two and a half minutes, but it is normally 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. The moment you see the red light, even before that, I would suggest. But if you are, if you are busy with pointing out all the recommendations and everything, the moment you see the red light, you start summarizing. And you should summarize within 3 minutes, 15 seconds, your evaluation should be over. Because when we are speaking, we don't know how time flies. Okay, so it is very important that the moment you see the red light, you start summarizing, and within 15 seconds, you finish it off.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for answering that. Now, before we proceed further, can we have a group picture? Can everyone please open their cameras so that we take a group picture of this wonderful meeting that we have here today? Great, Hardik. We have Area Director Asha Rani all the way from Bahrain. Thank you for coming, Area Director Dr. Asha Rani. Sadik, Sini, HP. Okay, are you guys ready? Janet. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Let me paste it before I forget forget to send it to you guys like last time. Okay, thanks a lot, Distinguished Toastmaster Nisha Shivram, for coming over here. I'm sure you must have been having a tiring day. After the end of this session, you would just be going to the bed and doing, summation, guys, summation. I'm sure you must be thinking this. So thanks a lot for coming. And yes, please.
Yeah, it is very important. So before I leave, I'm just focusing on that summary, because when it comes to contest, it carries 15 marks. Don't forget that. You will lose on those 15 marks and somebody else would win. All right, so take care of that summary, guys. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Summary is challenging, but we love challenges, right? I was thinking that, I should contest from Dreamweavers. It'll be easy to contest in evaluation, but after seeing the performance of you guys today, oh, what wonderful evaluations.
Yeah, and you have a competitor at home also, so be very careful.
That is there. Thank you. So thanks a lot, everyone. And I would like to also acknowledge and thank Area Director, where is he? Amrit. He was a timer for today. He took it up. Oh, yeah, there he is. He was a timer and he took it up on the spot, even though Alina was the designated timer. Amrit is the one who did most of the work. So as usual, Area Director there to support and provide his services for us at all times. Thank you, Area Director Amrit, and huge round of applause to you guys. With that being said, it is time to wrap things up. Our president is here, who will be announcing the results, who will be adjourning, and after that, we will be taking feedback from the guests and questions also, if there is any. All right. So with that being said, this is me signing off, and let's welcome our president, Toastmaster Verghese George.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. What a wonderful section today. I really enjoyed. Actually, this is the first time I'm attending such a meeting, and DTM Nisha, what I can say, you rocked. There is no doubt that why you got the how this one, you win this competition earlier. So thank you very much. You are here with us, and I wish that you continue even whenever you are getting time. Also, I would like to all the members who participated here, and all the role players who took the challenges, and because last week only had one meeting, and see next week itself. And moreover, we completed our 25th meeting. That is a great success for a club like baby club. It's a movement to baby to young. Now we are young people, energetic, and from next onwards, exam onwards, there you can see a lot of young faces with us, not old faces like me, Alan. So yeah, we can see a lot of young faces. And since the time to wrap up, I would like to adjourn the meeting, and we need to take the feedback from the guest. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone. Alan,
the results
please,
are ready.
yeah, we adjourn the meeting now.
Okay. Can we announce the results of
Yeah, yeah,
the
please.
evaluator?
Where did you?
Yes, yes, I did.
Okay. So, any guess who will be the winner? No? It's our future. Says it's none other than Toastmaster Alina Paul. The great evaluation you have done. Thank you. Thank you. It's wonderful. Keep it. You explore more areas. What DTM Nisha has told you. So we have very good. We can make very good challenges in the contest. And all others was wonderful. I felt and all are on the same grade. Even Nisha can say that all are on the same grade. Thank you. Meeting has adjourned. Over to you, Toastmaster Alan.
Meeting is adjourned. No need to hand over to me.
You need to take the feedback.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we hear from some of the guests about the feedback? Yes, Sini is here. Sini, would you like to provide some feedback? How did you enjoy?
Yeah, the session was amazing, and it was really value added because the presentation by Toastmaster Nisha Shivaram was excellent, and it really helped me to understand more about evaluation. And I've only done one evaluation so far. This has given me the tips on how to go about with the next evaluation. And overall, the session was amazing. All the other evaluations was really awesome, especially, yeah, the winner, Alina. So thank you so much for inviting me, DTM, um, Amrit. Thank you. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sini, for joining us. DTM Arij, would you like to provide some feedback? With Mini Arij also, who is next to you. We can't hear you.
Good evening, everyone. You can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
I have this little one here with me, and I wasn't able to concentrate 100% because of her. But I can tell that it was really amazing session today. She's saying hi to you, Elena. She said like this. It was a great session today with the evaluation session and the speech of Suraya. I will send you my feedback. I wrote it for you. And yeah, and all the evaluators, you all did a great job. And yeah, with this little one, I was not able to concentrate 100%. What's your name?
Mary.
What? Did you hear that?
Mary.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Thank you, Arij.
Something, Ellen, about her. She wants to join Gavali Club. So if anyone knows a good Gavali Club,
yes, definitely. We'll definitely have that. Thank you, Arij. And also, the VP Education of AOU is here. Toastmaster Sadek, could you please provide us a feedback?
DTM Allen and everyone, good evening. Thank you very much for such a wonderful session. From the moment that I joined till now, I really liked. It was really amazing. And what I really loved about this session was that we really practiced and we saw how to do the evaluation and got the feedback from the champion.
Exactly.
So it was really good. Great. Thank you very much for having me, and good evening again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadek. Dr. Asha Rani, are you there? Could you please provide your feedback? We had you as your
Yes, 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 I am here. Good evening, all. Well, it was an amazing session, and we had DTM Nisha in our area for international speech workshop, and she, yeah. So thank you, AAD Amrit, for the invitation, and it was such an amazing session. And I was thinking I'll leave after the workshop. Then I waited. Okay, after Alan's evaluation, then again I waited for each one, and with Alina's evaluation, I thought it's good that I waited for everybody's evaluation. So it was
That
just amazing, and thank you once again for the invitation, and amazing. And this is the second time I am coming to your club.
yes,
Last
exactly.
yeah
You were
last
on
time
last
last
time.
time yeah last time when I attended, Suraya was the best evaluator. So she proved that she is not only a best evaluator, she's a best speaker also. Amazing speech, I should say. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, we have a lot of competition this year. Wow. Contest season is going to be exciting. Physical or online doesn't matter. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Ashan.
Thank you.
And Janet, sorry, Nana, can we hear from you
Yes,
as
correct. Yes. Correct. Actually, it was a wonderful session, and I like the way she presented in very smooth and easy, where I understand. And the first, I'll be holding first evaluation on this coming meeting. So I
Oh,
hope that, yeah, I hope that I will do it in as how I learned today.
definitely. That's the thing, right? We always learn a lot, and the feedback that was given by Nisha for every evaluator, that was something which we all could relate to, because theory is one thing, but when we are practicing it, it's another story, right? So,
Yeah, we
so
only need to practice. Yeah.
yes, yes, exactly. So DTM Nisha was able to do that. So thanks a lot, DTM Nisha. And any
Thank you.
closing remarks, DTM Nisha? Would you like to say something more?
No, thank you so much. And I'm glad that you will be applying these things. See, it's easy, okay? It's easy. You only need to understand your responsibility as an evaluator, and then it would be easy. And make sure that whatever feedback you give it in a very motivating and pleasant manner, not in a harsh way, because we all are human beings, right? We people, they can take it otherwise, and you should not be the reason behind somebody's, somebody not coming to the club or discontinuing their Toastmasters journey. That's the only thing. What I can do now is I can share the presentation with Toastmaster Alan, and you can just circulate it amongst your club members. That's fine. That's
Mhm.
fine. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DTM Nisha. Now, yes, now we'll also be announcing okay, we already announced the results. So stay tuned. We will be posting the certificates and the winning posters on our social media accounts, Dreamweavers Toastmasters. I believe most of you are following it. And you can also follow DTM Nisha on her Instagram page, uh, Nisha Speaks. Could you please tell that? What was your
Okay.
Instagram account?
Yeah, it's Nish Speaks, and I also conduct a host and online talk series. So whenever you're free on Fridays, you can always, join and listen to the amazing speakers from different parts of the world. Yeah, Suraya, I think you wanted to say something. Suraya raised her hand here.
Yeah, I just wanted to like add in because I was getting, well, not really roasted, but kind of roasted throughout the whole evaluation session. As a test speaker, this was my first time being a test speaker, number one. Number two, this is my very first attempt at a humorous speech. And I like to do this thing called diving in deep and just embracing all the evaluations at the very first go, just like failing everything and then learning from there. And a lot of what DTM Nisha said as what a speaker actually needs is spot on. And I'm someone who comes from theater. So I was brutally just roasted before I came to Toastmasters. And always, if you're evaluating a speaker, you need to point out, okay, where can you improve? Why your suggestion is actually, helpful? Because most of my evaluations that I've had given to me, they tend to miss the why. So I'm left with, okay, you've given me that suggestion, but I'm not sure how that's going to improve anything. Like, can you give me a why? Can you give me an explanation and give me where I'm supposed to do it so that it's completely effective? So that's one thing. Of course, you're doing this for the evaluation contest, but remember that for regular evaluations, because the more packed your evaluation is on the effectiveness, I suppose, the faster that speaker is going to grow. I'm telling you, they will grow exponentially if you do a good job in evaluation. So you'll do that person a favor, like I have gotten today. So thank you so much. And also thank you so much to the VP Education for actually inviting me as the test speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Did the speaker and the best evaluator discuss? Because how did she get so good at this?
No.
I
Yeah.
actually told Alex I'm not taking part because I have to monitor everyone else. By the time job went, he's like, Alan came and said, you also evaluate. So I freaked, I freaked out.
Lena, you are muted, but we could hear you from Alan's screen.
Yeah.
I can't unmute because it goes crazy.